I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Gateway. Cody Burke, Patrick Pieper on the front row, Edmund Jones, Dylan Schreiner on the second. Joshua Nichols, Ryan Ayers on the third, Devin McDonald, Mark Dantuma on the fourth row, Chad Ragsdale and Chad Johnson round out the top 10. Cody Kennedy starting in 11th, next to Ryan Caldwell in 12th. Garrett Corrin in 13th. Christopher White in 14th, Kirk Marble in 15th, David Farnan in 16th. Kyle Reeder in 17th, Joshua Rudolph in 18th, Tyler Irwin in 19th, and Alex Harper in 20th. Tyler Thomas and Mark Kluge 21st and 22nd. Scott Roney and Andy McLeod 23rd and 24th. Austin Ruskoff, Troy Thomas, Lynn Marble, Chris McKay, Richie Ragsdale, and Scooter Black round out your top 30. Matthew Logan, Daniel Reff, Brandon Jennings, Donald Double D Durant, and Jesse Newsom round out the 35 car field here tonight. Mark Dantuma said he is ready. Let's do this. We are missing quite we're missing quite a few drivers despite the 35 car field here. Richie Joplin not in the field. And it looks like a couple of the Johnsons also not here tonight. Everybody rolling off to stack up behind the pace car. 35 cars, but only one winner. Who's it gonna be tonight? Hey, good evening, Ants. Down the back straightaway, everybody stacked up. Edmund trying to get some heat in those tires. Pace car makes the dive hard left onto pit road. And here we go from Gateway. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Gateway. Everybody gets into turns 1 and 2. So far, all clear, but we saw what Colt Tires do out of the turn here during practice. So far, so good. Patrick Pieper has gone to the lead. And it looks like Pieper will lead lap number 1 as Edmund Jones and Dylan Schreiner battle for third. A lot of side-by-side here. And we've got a couple cars around off the back straightaway. Mark Dantuma is in the grass. No caution. Cody Burke holds on to second. Let's see what happened to Mark. Looking down from the blimp as they come out of 1 and 2. Oh, Mark gets loose. We saw a lot of that in practice. He's the first, but he won't be the last here tonight. He does get it turned around and recovered. And everybody manages to avoid it. The top 10 go single file. A lot of battling just outside. Kirk Marble and Cody Kennedy battle side by side. They need to get Lynn Marble up there, then it could just be a whole family thing. The back half of the field starting to spread out a bit. Jesse Newsom did not grid. Mark Dantuma way behind. Bit of a battle back behind, coming out of turn 2. Joshua Nichols trying to fight his way forward next to just coming by. Chad Johnson. Nichols lost some ground on the start. But it's, oh, we've got some bobbling back behind. Looks like Chad Ragsdale getting a little out of shape there, out of turn 4. Tyler Irwin also picking up some spots here early along with Alex Harper. Brandon Jennings, the biggest mover so far. He qualified in 33rd, is already up into the top 20 and marching toward the front. Patrick Pieper has already opened up a 1.4 second lead on Cody Burke. Edmund Jones sitting in 3rd, Ryan Ayers in 4th, Dylan Schreiner currently in 5th. Christopher White there in the 18 car, starting to make some moves toward the front as well. Chad Ragsdale, we saw him get a little squirrely out of 4 a couple laps ago. He is starting to move back toward the front as well. Patrick Pieper with a new paint scheme on the car tonight. Cody Burke back in 2nd, Edmund Jones in 3rd. A little bit of a battle back behind as Kirk Marble continues to work his way forward. Kirk now up 8 spots into 7th. Scooter Black has had a problem back behind. He has towed it to pit road. We will not see a caution. See if we can see what happened to Scooter coming through 3 and 4. Looked like a little bit loose as he went off into the turn, got down onto the apron, smacks the wall, but toes it in quickly enough to not draw the caution. Patrick Pieper still out front, a 1.5 second lead on points leader and defending champ Cody Burke. Edmund Jones in third, holding about 9/10 of a second back. Ryan Ayers, Dylan Schreiner also lost some ground early, but already on the move back toward the front. Devin McDonald in 6th, Kirk Marble now up into 7th. Chad Johnson currently in 8th, Joshua Nichols in 9th. Christopher White just broke into the top 10 and about to take another one. He got a big run out of turn 4, sends it into 1 and moves to 9th. Chad Ragsdale quickly recover. Several guys kissing the wall out of 2. Matthew Logan has had a problem. No caution for Logan. Let's see what happened. Coming off into 1 and 2. And it just gets a little tight off too. A little bit of bumping. Both drivers getting a little door ding, but both of them still pointed the right way. Logan loses a lot of ground. The top 3 have a bit of a breakaway. On 4th place, Ryan Ayers. Dylan Schreiner back up to 5th. Devin McDonald in 6th. Austin Ruskoff on the move. He's up 8 spots into 17th. Just ahead of him, though, Tyler Thomas up 5 spots into 16th. Alex Harper up 5 spots into 15th. Brandon Jennings continues his march forward, now up 14 spots into 19th. Richie Ragsdale battling Scott Roney back behind. Oh! Jennings goes up the track. They come off turn 4, 3 wide. That got a little tight. Roney backs out of it wisely. Jennings goes way up the track again in 1 and 2. He's going to lose even more ground after that early charge. Joshua Nichols lost a lot of ground earlier, has dropped back to 12th, but now starting to build a little momentum. He's closing back in on 11th place, Cody Kennedy. And as you know, these guys have very small fuel tanks in SMR competition. They're looking at 25 to 28 laps on a tank of fuel. So in the next 10 laps, we will see pit stops. And under green flag conditions, they have to pull in on the access road in turn 3. Then they take an access road out to turn 2. Meanwhile, Cody Burke is closing back up on Patrick Pieper. They still have a 3 1/4 second gap on 3rd place, Edmund Jones. Hey, good evening, Mark. Thank you for the stars. caution is out, our first caution of the night. Brandon Jennings and Kyle Reed are involved. See if we can see what happened. We know Jennings was on the march early on. Oh! Reeder just goes a little too deep into turn 3. Looks like Kyle just missed his braking point completely. Hey, Dazzy! Yeah, he just completely misses his braking point, gets into Jennings, sends him hard to the wall. Patrick Pieper leads them all into pit road. Mark, how you been? I hadn't seen you in a bit. And thank you for the stars. Edmund Jones stays out. I'm guessing attempting to pick up some bonus points. Not sure in this situation if that's the right call. Time will tell. This is also the longest green flag run we have had off the start all season long. The guy's really taking it down a notch here tonight. There you see him on the access road coming through 1 and 2. They do have to use those access roads for all pit stops under green. Edmund Jones is coming to pit road. That has to have been a strategy to lead a lap, pick up a bonus point. I'm beginning to wonder if my buddy Dazzy ever sleeps. Lights are out on the pace car. Cody Burke, Patrick Pieper on the front row. Ryan Ayers, Dylan Schreiner on the second row. Kirk Marble, Devin McDonald, Chad Ragsdale, Christopher White, Chad Johnson, and Cody Kennedy, the top 10. Looks like a fuel-only stop for most of the field. Pudsey, I sometimes wonder, because you're streaming like 6 a.m. my time most of the time, long before I'm up. Pace car dives it into pit road. And let's get a little bit loud on the green flag. I'll shut up. You guys crank it up. Here we go. Green is in the air. Crank it up, y'all. Cody Burke jumps out to a lead. Patrick Pieper in second. The battle is on for third. Ryan Ayers, Dylan Schreiner, Kirk Marble, Devin McDonald, all right there in the fight. Edmund Jones, who we saw make that late pit stop, has fought back to 27th. Stuck behind a 3-wide battle. Looks like he's going to pick up one. One up in the wall. And a mess just ahead. We've got 3 wide into turn 3. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything about the long run without a caution. It's like they're trying. There is battles and chaos all over the place on the track right now. Kirk Marble in 4th, Ryan Ayers in 5th, Devin McDonald in 6th, and that is 6th place on back, all right together. Cody Kennedy shoots the gap. It's 3 wide out 4. Oh, they settle back down to 2 wide because somehow that seems more sane. These guys are putting on quite a show this track. We were here a couple weeks ago with C12 Motorsports in the street stocks. They were putting on one heck of a show. These guys must have watched the race and said, "I'll hold my beer." Mark D'Antuma, who's the first person to have trouble, is fighting his way back up in the middle, 3 wide in 17th. I'm guessing after that spin, Angie sent him some unicorn power. That unicorn trucking logo is pulling him to the front. Christopher White makes it through that gaggle of cars a moment ago, now into 7th. Chad Ragsdale has fought his way back up into 8th. Chad Johnson in 9th with Joshua Nichols right there, and holy cow! Trying to see who that was on the bottom sideways coming through the turn. It looked like Brandon Jennings' car. It was Brandon Jennings trying to get himself back to the lead lap. Well, Brandon is definitely full send here tonight. He goes to the bottom, makes it 3 wide as he tries to fight back to the front. Speaking of the front, Cody Burke out front. Patrick Pieper not far behind in 2nd. They have pulled over 2-second gap on 3rd place, Dylan Schreiner. Kirk Marble up 11 spots now into 4th. Ryan Ayers in 5th. Cody Kennedy in 6th. Christopher White finally clear of traffic in 7th. Chad Ragsdale currently in 8th. Chad Johnson in 9th. Joshua Nichols in 10th. The top 10 have settled in. Mark D'Antuma has Scott Roney looking underneath. We've got one blinking. Looks like Andy McLeod there on the bottom. D'Antuma's got a run up top. Kyle Reeder, not on the lead lap, is following D'Antuma, trying to get himself back to the lead lap. D'Antuma now to 15th. Also coming back through the field, Edmund Jones, questionable pit strategy, left him at the tail end of the field. He has fought his way back to 22nd, still a lot of ground to make up. Scott Roney also on the move up 8 spots, now into 15th. But the biggest mover so far as a driver we saw had problems earlier, Matthew Logan, now up 19 spots into 12th. Apparently that drive through the grass really helped that car have some speed. Now everybody was on pit road on lap 21. A few of them dropped back in on lap 22 to top off on fuel. We'll see how the strategy plays out here. Most of them should need to hit pit road right before the halfway point. The top 5 starting to spread out just a bit. The top 10 really starting to have more breathing room. From 11th on back, though, still a lot of battles raging. Alex Harper in 11th, Matthew Logan in 12th, David Farnan in 13th, Scott Roney now up into 14th, Garrett Korn in 15th. Garrett goes a little too deep into 3. He's got the high line advantage out of 4, and wow, just banging off the wall down the front stretch. Dan Tuma on the bottom trying to clear into 15th. Garrett Korn in 16th. Oh, holy cow. Garrett Korn now to 15th, but man, he is just barely holding on to that thing. He slides back down into 16th as they come out of turn 4. And don't look now, Edmund Jones up to 20th. Daniel Reff, the newcomer tonight, also up 14 spots into 18th. He was battling side by side with Ryan Caldwell, and you can see just how tricky it is out here tonight. One bobble, you're going to lose several spots. This track, though, does have the advantage. There is multiple fast grooves around it. You can run multiple different lines at both ends of the track and be fast. Lynn Marble currently in 26th. Not far behind our fearless leader, Austin Ruskoff, in 25th. Keep an eye on Ruskoff. If we go without a caution, he is one of the drivers that came in and topped off a lap later than everybody else. He knows how to save fuel and play the strategy game. And let's ride along with Ruskoff. Just because he's behind a lot of cars and has a great view of the action as he goes to the bottom through 3 and 4. A little bobble out of 4. Back on the power, full throttle down toward turn 1. Into turn 1, back down to the bottom. Back on the power, out of turn 2, a quick upshift. A lot of these drivers are shifting out here tonight. Oh, close call in the middle of 3 and 4. Maybe he's not shifting. It sounded like he did on one lap, but on the next he didn't. Back up front, Cody Burke has opened up a 1.4 second lead on Patrick Pieper. They have both pulled out a 3.5 second lead on Dylan Schreiner, Kirk Marble, and Ryan Ayers. Christopher White currently in 6th, Cody Kennedy in 7th, Chad Ragsdale in 8th, Chad Johnson in 9th, and Joshua Nichols still holds 10th. I did make a rule this week with the SMR guys that Joshua Nichols and Nicholas Johnson could not race next to each other. Apparently Nicholas Johnson isn't here tonight. David Fernan is on pit road. He is right at the short edge of the window, but we do expect tire changes on this stop. Yep, right sides are going up. 4 fresh Goodyears for Farnan. He is a little bit early in the fuel window, hoping to take advantage of the fresh tires and put himself in a better position. Lynn Marble just ducked in as well. Caution! Caution is out. Daniel Reff, Edmund Jones involved. Only our second caution of the night. And there is Daniel Reff as he goes off into 1 and 2. Oh, Edmund Jones just ahead. Looks like had some bumping going on. He collected Daniel Reff. Let's take a look at what happened further up between Edmund and Caldwell. Caldwell has a run. Edmund went both of them way loose out of 2. Great job by the rest of the field managing to avoid that one. Wow. Daniel Reff did end up towing to pit road. Cody Burke is completed his stop and on his way back out. 4 tires and fuel for Cody Burke. Donald Double D Durant has not come to pit road yet. Nor has Austin Ruskoff. Hey, good evening, Thanos. Couple of cars will be waved around the pace car. No, that strategy did not work for you, Gerald. Everybody stacking back up on the back straightaway. Edmund Jones and I can't tell who the other driver is on pit road. Looks like Daniel Reff also came back in to top off. As everybody stacks up front, Donald Durant, Austin Ruskoff on the front row. Pace car is in. Double D in control. Green flag is in the air. And holy cow, it's getting crazy at the front. Pieper's getting ping-ponged. Pieper manages to hold on. Cody Burke shoots out front. And a wreck behind. Caution. Richie Ragsdale, Christopher White involved. Gerald, 25 to 28 laps on the tank tonight. It looked like there may have been a problem right before the restart. Let's take a quick look. Here they are coming through 3 and 4 right on the restart. Lynn Marble appears to have had a problem. They check up. No idea what had gone wrong there. Now keep an eye on Christopher White on the high side as they come out of 1 and 2. Remember, most of these drivers are on 4. Oh, he gets a big bump. Comes across Cody Kennedy's nose. Richie Ragsdale also has a problem back behind. We see him go off track. They were 4 wide out of 2 in the middle of that. A few drivers have come in to top off on fuel, but there's one more thing. Let's take a quick look at that restart for Patrick Pieper. Pieper there in the blue and white 38 on the outside in 3 and 4. Cody Burke on the inside. The pace car dives it in. Double D and Austin are on older tires. Pieper shoots up the middle. They're briefly 4 wide. Pieper gets knocked around like a ping pong ball. Keeps his foot and it drifts a little bit into 1 and 2. Comes out of that 3 wide. Whoa! Great driving by Patrick Pieper. Yeah, it really was, Gerald. Everybody stacked back up, ready to go. Just past the halfway point. Pace car dives in. Into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. No surprise, Cody gets a perfect launch. Patrick Pieper shoots underneath for second place. Schreiner still trying to follow. They bang doors out at 2. Both of them keep it going. Just past the halfway point. Looks like the gloves have come off. Cody Kennedy and Kirk Marble battle back behind for 5th place. And just a gaggle of cars back behind. Just outside the top 10. All of them jockeying for every position. Mark Dantuma up into 14th. Edmund Jones in 15th. Both drivers managing to make their way forward despite early issues. Double D has had a problem back behind. No caution yet. Let's see if we can see what happened with Durant a moment ago. There's Double D coming off into 1 and 2. Does look like he had some damage after that restart. Gets way out of shape coming out of turn 2. Almost kept it off the wall, but does get the car recovered and back on track. Then gets it wound up and back on track again. Cody Burke already has a 1.2 second lead over Patrick Pieper. Kirk Marble has fought his way into 3rd. Double D is on pit road. Dylan Schreiner in 4th. Ryan Ayers in 5th. Matthew Logan, despite his earlier incident, also on the move, up 21 spots into 10th place. Troy Thomas has had a problem. No caution. There's Troy as he heads off into 1 and 2. We talked about this pre-race. The exit of 2 and the exit of 4 are brutal here. And there you see it. Troy just snaps loose. He does get it quickly recovered, but loses a ton of track position. He was on the march. Yeah, that new debris model has thrown everybody for a loop. Cody a 1.1 second lead over Pieper. Kirk Marble right on Patrick's bumper. Dylan Schreiner, Ryan Ayers right there, as is Cody Kennedy. Chad Johnson, Alex Harper now 12 spots into 8th. Garrett Korn also a big comeback. Garrett now up into 9th after having a couple of very bumpy laps earlier on and losing a lot of ground. Matthew Logan currently in 10th. Andy McLeod up 13 spots into 11th. As Mark Dantuma underneath Joshua Nichols for 12th. Drag race down to 1 and 2. It comes down to who breaks later. Nichols on that high line, able to get, whoa, a little bobble into Dantuma. He holds on to it. Nichols goes way up the track in 3 and 4. Dan Tuma gets by, and Edmond may come by as well. Edmond bobbles a little bit out of the turn, but does clear into 13th. Tyler Irwin starting to make some moves forward as well. He is up 3 spots into 16th. Austin Ruskoff up 7 spots into 18th. And closing in on the cars ahead. Chad Ragsdale has dropped back into 19th after... Oh! Whoa, Ruskoff and Johnson barely avoid it. Caution is out for Tyler Irwin. Likely to see a lot of drivers come in and top off, but nobody can go the distance from here on fuel. Oh, Irwin gets down low, just gets a little bitty love tap, then gets a little bit harder hit coming off for, slams the outside wall, and ouch. Irwin's engine and the other car's engines letting go. Tyler Thomas did end up towing to pit road. Irwin trying to limp it back. Cody Burke leads the field back in. Patrick Pieper, Matthew Logan, both staying out. Cody Burke will be the first back off pit road. Looks like the vast majority of the field fuel only on this stop. Looks like Cody Kennedy may have taken 4 tires, but he drops back to 19th. So Patrick Pieper and Matthew Logan up front. They did not pit. Cody Burke, Kirk Marble on the second row. Dylan Schreiner, Ryan Ayers on the third row. Chad Johnson, Alex Harper, Garrett Korn, and Andy McLeod round out the top 10. At the moment, Matthew Logan has been the biggest mover of the night, up 29 spots into second. Bear in mind, though, Logan was moving through the field early on. Had a problem, got knocked off track, lost a lot of ground, and has charged his way back up here. He has come through this field essentially twice. Patrick Pieper in control. Pace car makes a hard left onto pit road. He wants no part of this, as here they come out of 4. Green flag is in the air. Pieper is away. Pieper's going to lead into 1 and 2. Cody Burke not far behind in a car coming off pit road. Wow, that was a little bit spicy as they go off into 3. Pieper and Burke have been battling all night for the top spot. Kirk Marble now up into 4th. Ryan Ayers battling Dylan Schreiner for 5th. Matthew Logan still holds on to 3rd at the moment. But Kirk Marble gets a big run out of 2. Kirk sends it deep into 3 as Cody Burke goes to the lead. Matthew Logan trying to fight back on the bottom for 3rd place. Kirk drives it very deep into turn 3, or into turn 1. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. Kirk Marble finally clears, takes 3rd. Meanwhile, back behind, Alex Harper's up 13 spots into 7th. And holy cow, what a mess! Chad Ragsdale in 11th. Brandon Jennings back on the lead lap and back up to 12th. But a big mess back behind. Oh, we've got cars off and caution is out. Double D involved again. It's worth noting at the moment they are just shy of their being able to go the distance on fuel. There's Double D up on the high side. New paint scheme here tonight. Oh, and it looks like Double D had a lot of help on that one. Looking down from the blimp. Double D trying to fight his way by. The car below just pushes up and up and up into him. They slam the wall. And Double D ends up getting the worst of it. Patrick Pieper stays out again. Kirk Marble, Andy McLeod, Christopher White, Troy Thomas, David Farnan, and Scott Roney all stay out. Cody Burke leads the cars off that came to pit road. He'll come out in 8th place. Ryan Ayers in 9th. And Chad Ragsdale in 10th. And what about the comeback from Brandon Jennings? Brandon Jennings had trouble early, ended up a lap down, has fought his way back to the lead lap and all the way to 11th. Mark Dantuma slipped back into 18th. Edmund Jones has slipped all the way back to 26th. Garrett Korn, Devin McDonald, and Dylan Schreiner all on pit road this time. They've got to be thinking they are right at the edge of the fuel window. If everything goes their way, they can make it from here on fuel. It's gonna be close, but they just might be able to pull it off. So Patrick Pieper, Kirk Marble, Andy McLeod, Christopher White, Troy Thomas, your top 5. The top 7 did not come to pit road. Everybody from 8th on back did. Will the strategy play out perfectly, staying out here? Pace car hard left onto pit road. Here we go, green flag back in the air. Pieper is away. Kirk Marble slides up into second as it's already 3 wide into 1 and 2. They are banging doors. 1 car off out of turn 2. It's Chad Johnson. No caution yet. Everybody keeps pointed the right way. Let's see what happened to Chad. It was getting a bit bumpy back here in the middle of the pack. Chad went up a little bit, came back down, gets a little bit loose. Out of 2, ends up in the grass, but stays off the wall. Points leader Cody Burke, who came off pit road in 8th, is already back up to 5th. Pieper still in the lead. Kirk Marble in 2nd. Andy McLeod in 3rd. Christopher White, Cody Burke, the top 5. Chad Ragsdale back up into 6th. Brandon Jennings up to 7th and marching. Jennings has a hot rod here tonight. He is definitely unstoppable. Back behind, a lot of battling going on. Those guys that stayed out under the last caution, they need another caution right now. They may get it. They are 3 wide down the backstretch. And caution! Caution is out. Ryan Caldwell involved. Alex Harper, Cody Kennedy, Joshua Rudolph, Scott Roney. Looks like this one got messy. Let's see if we can see what happened. There they were coming down the back straightaway. Oh, Caldwell pushes up, and the stack up behind Cody Kennedy has nowhere to go. Several drivers back behind just have nowhere to go once this pops off. Austin Ruskoff can't avoid it. Ouch, and Cody Kennedy ends up on top of another car. This has allowed Patrick Pieper, Cody Burke, Chad Ragsdale all to come in. They can go the distance from here. Ryan Ayers stays out. He takes the lead for the first time tonight. Troy Thomas now in second. Dylan Schreiner in third. Joshua Nichols fourth. Matthew Logan in fifth. Garrett Korn, Mark Dantuma, Devin McDonald, Chad Johnson, and Patrick Pieper, your top 10. Pieper, Kirk Marble, Cody Burke, Chad Ragsdale, all those guys that came in, they are in 10th on back. They also have fresh tires and a full fuel load. But they've got a lot of cars to come through, and they have to avoid any problems. We got one car up here in the top 5 blinking a little bit. I believe it's Nichols. Could be a problem. We will see. Pace car drives into pit road. And here we go. Green flag is back in the air. Ryan Ayers is away. Schreiner clears the outside line into second. And it is 3 wide through 1 and 2. Cody Burke shoots up the middle. Pieper out to the outside. Garrett Korn charging forward right on Matthew Logan's bumper. Korn gets loose. Logan goes up the track. Dantuma and Chad Johnson looking for an opening back behind. Oh, Pieper gets turned. Caution is out with 19 to go. And Pieper got bounced around like a ping pong ball again. Edmund Jones, Joshua Rudolph, Patrick Pieper, Cody Burke involved. Cody Kennedy involved. Let's take a look. Here they come down the front straightaway. Kirk Marble tried to make it 3 wide. Couldn't get in there. Johnson pushed up, went too deep into 1. Pieper goes around, collects Edmund. Take another look at this, watching Cody Burke back, Cody Kennedy back behind. Cody drives off, sees the mess, and Edmund gets hit, comes down, spins Cody around. And Cody Burke manages to slip by in the grass. Edmund Jones ended up having to tow to pit road. Everybody else was able to make it back. Dylan Schreiner, Ryan Ayers, Garrett Korn, Mark Dantuma, and Kirk Marble, the top 5. Chad Ragsdale, Joshua Nichols, Andy McLeod, Brandon Jennings, and David Farman, your top 10. Cody Burke slipping back to 15th. Cody Kennedy back to 17th. And Patrick Pieper, after repairs, is in 19th. And a long, long way to go to the front. Patrick Pieper's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Lights are out on the pace car. Everybody stacks back up. We mentioned in a pre-race that the past couple of weeks, the first half of the race has been bumpy. The second half of the race has been good. Tonight, the first half of the race was really good, and the second half of the race got a little bumpy. Pace car is in. Dylan Schreiner in control. Into the zone. Green flag back in the air. Schreiner is away. Ryan Ayers battling Garrett Korn for second. Out of turn 2, and caution is back out. Ryan Caldwell and Alex Harper involved. Let's see what happened. Ryan Caldwell. Looks like there's a bit of a stack up on the restart toward the back of the field. Oh, a lot of a stack up. Caldwell checked up. Pieper had nowhere to go. See if we can see a little bit more of this from the blimp. And there's just a big checkup by Caldwell. Pieper was not Pieper was not expecting, gets into him, sends him into Harper. Pieper has gone back to pit road, as has Austin Ruskoff. Does look like Patrick may have a little bit of damage on the front of the car after that incident. Dylan Schreiner still has the lead. Garrett Korn in second. Kirk Marble has made his way to third. Ryan Ayers in fourth. Mark Dantuma still holding on in the top 5. Chad Ragsdale in 6th. Joshua Nichols in 7th. Andy McLeod 8th. Brandon Jennings, what a comeback for him, in 9th. And David Farnan in 10th. As they stack back up for the restart. Just over 10 laps to go. Headed off into 3 and 4. Will this be the final restart, or will there be more chaos? Pace car dives in. Schreiner in control again. Into the zone, green flag back in the air. And Schreiner gets it done on the restart. And there's wrecking back behind. Caution is already out. Looks like Alex Harper may have been involved again. Dylan Schreiner's getting some easy laps led here. More importantly, saving his tires and fuel. See if we can see what happened with Harper on the restart. Somebody pulled low. Harper tried to shoot it up the middle. Oh, comes down just across the nose. Goes through the grass, pulls it back up. A close call. It almost got into Cody Burke. Take another look down from the blimp. The inside car pulls off. Harper sees the opening. Burke moves down. He moves lower. Comes across the nose of the car on the apron. And it sends him around. How's it going, Chris? Chris McKay getting one of his laps back. That'll just put him one lap down at the moment. So it'll be, let's see, about 7 to go when the green drops. Lights are out. They stack back up. Everybody stacked back up, side by side. Cody Burke, who led the most laps after getting caught up in an incident back in 15th. Patrick Pieper, who he was battling with all night, back in 20th. Folks, don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, the Unicorn will be trucking. If you're on ATS, you're welcome to join. Tomorrow night at 7 Eastern, the biggest announcement in HTSAI history. And here we go, out of turn 4, into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. The outside line got a slow start. 2 and 3 wide through 1 and 2. Chad Ragsdale up in the wall. He was on the high side out of 3. Ragsdale lost a lot of ground. Mark Dantuma on the march, now up to 4th. Dylan Schreiner has a run up front. Ryan Ayers on the attack. A lot of guys moving forward quickly, but it's late and they've got to make it happen. Brandon Jennings trying to fight his way. Oh! Big wreck on the backstretch. Caution. Double D, Chad Johnson, Patrick Pieper, Cody Kennedy. All right, let's take a look and see what happened on the backstretch. Taking a look from the blimp. Coming out of turn 2, it looks like this Durance just goes way off track, but this is back behind. See what happened. Chad Johnson was up in the middle of this mess. Several drivers check up, off into 1. Coming out of turn 2, drag race down the back straightaway. And wow, looked like the 72 just got knocked into the wall, got checked up. One more look. We'll look at David Farnan in the 72. Up on the high side, out of turn 2. He gets loose, bangs to the car to the inside. Everybody starts avoiding it, and several of them end up on the grass. Dylan Schreiner, Kirk Marble, Garrett Korn, Mark Dantuma, and Ryan Ayers, the top 5. Joshua Nichols, Andy McLeod, Brandon Jennings, Richie Ragsdale, and Matthew Logan, the top 10. And would you look at this? Cody Burke in 11th, Patrick Pieper in 12th. But on a green-white checkered, it's unlikely either of them get to the front. Could we see Dylan Schreiner, Garrett Korn, Mark Dantuma, or Ryan Ayers get their first ever SMR win here tonight? Hey, thank you, Chris. All right, here we go. Green, white, checkered. 2 laps to sort it out. Pace car dives to pit road. Schreiner in control into the zone. Green flag back in the air. 2 laps to go at Gateway. And up front, Schreiner on a breakaway. One of the cars went too deep. It is Kirk Marble. We'll get another green-white checkered. Did Marble get too deep or did he get yeeted? Let's take a look at this one. There's Kirk on the high side as they go off into 1 and 2. He's in second. Oh, I think Korn may have just barely pushed up. Mark Dantuma gets caught up. A lot of cars get caught up. Take a look from the blimp once again. Garrett Korn on the inside. And yep, just a little brush into Kirk's left rear. Just enough at that point in the turn. They're already loose, and it was enough to send him around. And the Unicorn is likely not making it to victory lane tonight. That's a bit heartbreaking. Although I'm sure she'll make up for it while trucking tomorrow. Yeah, Gerald, if they timed it right and launched together, anything's possible. So it'll be Dylan Schreiner, Garrett Korn, Ryan Ayers, Andy McLeod, and look at this. Brandon Jennings' comeback story continues. If he can pull off the win here tonight, that would be the comeback story of the year. Richie Ragsdale, Matthew Logan, Cody Burke, Patrick Pieper, Troy Thomas, your top 10. Worth noting that Andy McLeod in 4th, Brandon Jennings, Richie Ragsdale, and Matthew Logan 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. All of them have come from 20 or more spots back. And of course, Brandon Jennings has come from 20 or more spots back twice after going a lap down early and recovering. The final attempt at a green-white checkered. Who's it gonna be? Pace car makes the hard left onto pit road. He does avoid the barrel. Into the zone, and green flag is back in the air. 2 laps to go at Gateway. They fan out mid-pack. They're going to go into 1, 3, 4 wide. Cody Burke and Patrick Pieper splitting. Oh, Garrett Korn is around out of 2. He clears traffic, no problems. Dylan Schreiner still out front. Andy McLeod in 2nd. Brandon Jennings now to 3rd. Jennings a little loose. Pieper in 4th. White flag flies one more time around. Schreiner's lead shrinking. Andy McLeod. Oh, McLeod wicked loose out of 2. He loses his momentum. Pieper looks to the inside on Jennings. Out of turn 4, Dylan Schreiner will get it done. Dylan wins. wins at Gateway. Andy McLeod comes home in second, and what a comeback. Brandon Jennings finishes in third. And this is interesting. For the first time ever, none of our top three are available to talk to. We'll give them just a minute. All right, Andy McLeod is available. Let's start with second place. Andy, I have to say, we saw that charge on the last lap. Almost got there.
Yeah, I tried it good. I pushed too hard coming out of 2 and got tight, so I knew it wasn't going to happen. I was just, luckily I stayed high on that last lap whenever Ryan and Garrett got together. It was just hard battling, but at least we put out a P2, so I'll take it.
Oh man, it was definitely quite a charge. You made up 22 spots tonight. Probably that times twice because you came through the field a few times, but a great finish, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Andy McLeod comes home in second. Brandon Jennings came home in third. Brandon, I think you passed more cars than anybody tonight.
Yeah, that was a hell of a race for, the first 70 laps or so. We ran pretty clean, and then the last 30 of that was pretty, you had to focus up real hard.
Yeah, you definitely did, man. You ended up a lap down early on. You were coming through the field, despite the fact that you were a lap down. It looked like you were going to unlap yourself the old-fashioned way. Finally did get back to the lead lap, then come from the back again. And then after one of the pit stops, you end up back around 20th again and still come back to the front.
Yeah, it was hard. I got screwed with tires early on in the race, and I accidentally took left tires instead of it was a whole mess, but I managed to save tires for quite a long time. I think I ran 65 laps on the same set, and then just in the right place at the right time. Really, I don't really think I had a top 3 car, but sometimes things just work out.
Sometimes they do, man. A great job tonight. Be proud of that one. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
And finally, our winner for the first time this season, Dylan Schreiner. Dylan, you were up there in the top 10 most of the night, but you didn't show anything until the last 15 laps.
Yeah, it was just kind of cruise. This was a big save your tires, kind of roll around and just don't do anything sporadic. And it kind of worked out. Pit strategy kind of played in my favor there, and a couple yellows fell my way, and we found ourselves in a good position there.
Yeah, and once you got to the front, we saw a couple guys make a charge at you, but nobody could get there. In fact, Andy made a charge on the last lap, and it looked like he was going to challenge you for it, but he got close, but then got loose out of 2, and you just drove away.
Yeah, I saw Andy kind of charge the corner in my mirror, and we were actually just talking about it. It looked like he rolled the center really, really good, and that made me nervous because I was like, oh, man, I don't have any tire left. I don't have much I can do besides just roll around. And he got loose off of 2, and I was able to kind of get away from him. And then I had about a lap of fuel left, so we couldn't have another yellow there. I wasn't going to make it.
Well, the fuel strategy, the tire strategy, it all went out the window the last 30 laps, but you were in the right place, the right time, and had the right speed to get it done. Great win tonight, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, and then thanks to all the Corn Motorsports guys keep my head on straight there at the end. It's been a while since I've been up front in one of these.
Great job, buddy.
Thank you.
Wow, what a night of racing. What a wild finish to a night of racing. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, tomorrow night at 7 Eastern, we will have that huge announcement, and then I'll probably finish Call of Duty while we're at it. And tomorrow afternoon, the Unicorn will have the convoy on, so you guys definitely do not want to miss out on that. If you're on American Truck Sim, you're welcome to join anytime. She is live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Man, what a wild, wild night of racing. Make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.